Hi, this is Kellep Charles with SecurityOp.com. I'm here with Ahmed of Trustifier, and we're here to talk about the various products that he has. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you, Kellep. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Well, to start off with, could you talk to us a little bit about your insider product? I hear it was a project that was 10 years in the making. If you could talk to me about that a little bit.
Sure. It's a product that we actually named our company after. It's called Trustifier, and the entire idea behind it was to protect information from the insider threat. The 85% of the problems that any security environment has is from the inside. So, I mean, sensitive information inside organizations, whether they're private or public sector, are actually typically attacked by someone who already has access to the information. I mean, if you look at any regulatory compliance like Sarbanes-Oxley, like HIPAA, and military compliances in regards to secret and top secret information inside at national level, they're all built around protecting information from folks who already have access to them, but there's no technology that actually enforces that access protection. So there's nothing out there so far that, as we know, that easily manages the relationship between the business rule that says that, for example, let's say if you have access to some national secret, that you can only use that information for the purpose that you were granted that access for. And that you can't, for example, pick up a phone and call somebody and say, well, I know where the deployment is in Afghanistan, or I know what's going to happen tomorrow because I have access to financial information of a company. What we do is actually introduce technology that makes that happen, so that we can actually stop you from abusing your already given access. The problem with any traditional system that had come along beforehand, the reason it took 10 years to make this, I mean, the idea isn't really new, right? I mean, the reason it took so long was because we wanted to make this happen on existing stuff, on existing systems, existing infrastructure, so that you don't actually have to rip out all of the way you do business or all of the technology that you've already invested in, and that you can actually graft this type of security, this type of control on your existing environment, because that's where the business value is. Employees, users, partners, they're all used to using the systems the way they're used to using the systems. All of a sudden, if you, in order to obtain security, if you have to replace those systems, then that becomes a it's not something that's possible.
Right. And one of the things as security professionals, we're always looking for logs and information. I guess, what kind of information can we obtain if someone was to abuse a privilege or so forth?
Well, okay, so well, we can obtain a lot of information about when it happened, under what circumstances, what the source was, who was doing it, from what workstation it was done, on what server it was done, all of that regular audit information. But with Trustifier, you already have control. So if you see, people, we still in security industry, status quo is to look through audits to try and figure out what went wrong. Well, Trustifier won't let anything go wrong. So the audit is simply a proof of what was stopped, not, oh, let's go through the audit and figure out how did something get leaked and who tried to leak it.
So basically, when the DoD was using screwdrivers to mess up USB hard drives, basically your Trustifier would have kind of...
Well, let's take the USB example. USBs are a reality in DoD, right? Out in the field, at the battlefield, there are soldiers who are putting USB keys in SIPRNet and then taking it out and putting it in NIPRNet, and vice versa. And that sneaker network is there. The thing is, you want them to be able to use USBs, but you also want to make sure that nobody can drag and drop a top secret document on a USB key otherwise and hand it to a coalition member who's not supposed to have access to it. So Trustifier can actually stop that, or it can provide you event management that can make that transition possible. For example, we could, if a file is dropped on a USB key, make sure that a particular type of crypto is engaged and a particular crypto key is used before the file is written to the file system on the USB key, so that when it's handed off, it's still protected, or if it gets lost, it's pointless for anybody who looks at it. So those types of capabilities are there.
So if someone wants to get more information about your company and follow you and your product, what's the best way to do so?
Well, the best way to do it is to visit our website. It's www.trustifier.com. It's Trustifier as in justifier, TRUSTIFIER.com, or drop us an email, info@trustifier.com. Give us a call, 888-233-1596, and talk to any of us, and we'll be happy to have a chat.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right.